Hi, my name is Mike. Today I'm reviewing the new Atreyu track, Long Live. Long Live is Atreyu's thunderous return after 6 years of silence. Except that's not really true, because within the past year they've released 2 tracks, just singles on their own. So Others May Live, which came out in September last year. And then for Record Store Day, they released the track When the Day Is Done. They were both released on vinyl for Record Store Day, and I think that's the only physical version of the songs that you can buy. I have it, of course. And Atreyu has a super rich history when it comes to metalcore. They were one of the bands that brought metalcore into the mainstream, and they kind of disappeared along with their time of metalcore. All the bands that they became super popular with, like Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, I actually think that those 3 toured on Taste of Chaos probably 6 or 7 years ago at this point. But all those bands have since either changed their sound to not be metalcore anymore, or just are not as popular as they used to be, a la Bullet. And for that reason, it would have made a lot of sense for Atreyu to come back with something completely new. But no, they did the exact opposite. They did the exact thing that I wanted them to do. They came back with a super heavy song. A song that makes a lot of their older music sound really weak. Both the tracks they released last year could have been easy cop-outs for them. And same thing with this new album that they're releasing. They easily could have just went the mainstream route and wrote, I don't know, a hard rock album, almost like Lead Sail Paper Anchor. And I love heavy Atreyu, but there's 4 words that will always be dear to me, and they are Lead, Sail, Paper, and Anchor, because that is the album that got me into Atreyu, which I think is a perfect introduction to metal and metalcore album for anyone that's a fan of rock or hard rock. And that's the album that really got me into Atreyu's backlog of music. So what Atreyu did with this new song, like I said before, is they went super duper heavy. They took the sound that they used to become super popular back in like 2004, 2005, and they've matured in a beautiful way. The production is phenomenal on this album. The vocals, both screaming from Alex, their screamer, and singing from their drummer Brandon, are both absolutely perfect. I've read countless interviews from the band where they say that they have this new revitalized energy on this album, which is expected after 6 years. A lot of what they wrote in the late 2000s, kind of when they phased out, felt like it was stuff written for the radio, because they hit it big with Lead Sail Paper Anchor. They're done with that now. The radio is dead. They don't care about playing towards the radio, and I think that this is going to be a super aggressive album. One thing that I always like to look for when albums go up for pre-order on iTunes, which Long Live just did last week, is how many songs are explicit on the record, especially with metal bands where that's usually pretty reflective of how heavy the music is. And every single track on Long Live is explicit. Now, that obviously doesn't apply for all bands, but Atreyu is a band that is not new to swearing in their music. In Long Live, Atreyu isn't dropping as many F-bombs as they do in, let's say, a song like Blow. But still, even just having one line in the song where the screamer is saying, "I'm sick of this shit," is enough to show how pissed off they are. And going back to the actual music, we get the heaviest guitar from Atreyu in probably 3 albums. And my favorite part about this track is that there are no clean vocals from the screamer Alex, because, spoiler alert, he cannot sing. Atreyu's doing a great job of combining the sound from The Curse, just the craziness of that album, with the refined sound from Lead Sail Paper Anchor. And they're giving that production that heavy punch. And if the rest of Long Live sounds like this track, it will hands down be the best Atreyu album ever. This might be my favorite song that's been released all year.